But as long as we say to ourselves, we will do as we please, the same thing, it falls into our moral structure. The morality of the people is falling, and falling seriously.
Good morning, everyone. I hope all is well in these fucking abysmal, troubling times. Man, the amount of ignorance that the world is still in is you can't even describe it. You literally can't even describe it. But anyways, I want to bring some awareness to a recent video that that I was a part of with Chris Jansen, Derek Bartellicelli, Crip Rick, Jerry, and Jim. This one was titled The Art of the Craft, and it's about using the knowledge and using the tools that you have to create and put out content, and doing what you can to help spread this message. And even if you are not, putting out content, you can do stuff behind the scenes. You can be a great educator, for your kids or for the youth. And you can use technology as a means to help educate. And technology in and of itself is not evil. It's just a tool. And just like with all tools, it comes down to whoever is wielding the tool and the consciousness of that wielder. So my portion of the video, I first break down a few words at their etymology: art, craft, technology, magic, arm, and hands, because all of those words are pretty much synonymous with each other to a degree. Art at its base etymology means to put things together, to combine together, to join together. And hands meant craft. Hands meant power. Arms meant to join together. And then you look at what the word technology means. It was considered an art or the craft of doing or making. And then you have the word magic. What is magic? It is using the will to create influence, or rather, that will is going to be higher will or lower will. You're still creating some form of influence. So you can say magic is the art of influence in accordance with the will. And then you look at what the word craft meant. It just meant art, it meant power. So all of those words are pretty much synonymous. So then I pretty much just talking about three different words: use, abuse, and misuse, or use, misuse, and hell abuse. And I associate use with the symbolic representation of the white magician or white magic, because with proper use, you use the knowledge to educate, you use the knowledge to help other people understand what you've come to know as far as the nature of reality, how your consciousness works, how your psychology works, how objective morality works, how natural law works, and the consequences that follow from our behaviors, whether our behaviors are in line with natural law or in opposition to natural law. Then you have the great magician, which is where most of humanity is stuck in, who are ignorant of the true definitive knowledge of right and wrong. How the great magician is one who still stuck on the checkerboard, or on the Masonic checkerboard floor, in the black and white form of duality, because they are still stuck in good and evil, because they don't have a definitive conscience, because they don't have a true conscience, because they don't truly know the difference between right and wrong. So they're kind of skate, between the black and white checkerboard floor. And then you have the lowest form of magic, which would be the dark magician. This is the individual who abuses the knowledge. And the great magician would misuse the knowledge due to his own ignorance. But the dark magician makes a willful choice to abuse the unknowledge. And the dark magician, power is rooted in fear. So just using symbolic terms to get people to understand certain concepts in reality. When you check out the video, I think anyone with a somewhat understanding of her natural law, and somewhat understanding of occultism and a simple base understanding of etymologies can get a depiction of what I'm saying. Because how magic has this Hollywood version, and Hollywood has installed this incorrect version of how magic operates. Each time you talk, you're using a form of magic. So magic is all hell around us. Magic exists in nature. Art exists in nature. These concepts exist in reality. So we have to have a better understanding of these concepts in order for us to better understand ourselves, so it can help us consciously create. And man has been creating pretty much from the since the time that man has ever existed. So it's going to come down to, are you consciously creating or are you unconsciously creating? Because man is always creating things. So you can check out the video. It was a great talk, just to try to get people to understand, like, hey, we need more people doing this kind of work, because if not, sadly, humanity is going to destroy itself. That seems to be the path that humanity has chosen, and people seem to not care about it. But you know what? It's what humanity fucking deserves at this point, because people don't care for the truth. People don't care for morality. People don't want to change. People don't want to enhance their consciousness and enhance their awareness. So if you are not out there morally educating people, if you are not putting out good content to try to teach people, if you're not educating the youth, if you're not educating your own children about objective morality, because of course, being a conscious parent and installing these moral values within your own kids takes priority, and that is a part of the great work. So if you're not engaged in either of those two, then you're still part of the fucking problem. Peace out.
The effects are inherent in their causes. We observe every day that causes produce consequences. But most people are so much interested in their own ideas about consequences that they overlook the problem of causation.